When you hear the words pilot chart, you probably think something to do with aviation or airplanes. Not so. Pilot charts are tools for nautical navigators, and they're still valid today. Pilot charts exist in a few different forms, but they all synthesize data including weather, oceanography, and other tidbits into monthly averages for all the major ocean basins in the world. In the United States, they're published by the National Geospatial-Intelligence Agency for free download on their website, or you can buy printed copies of them from a variety of proprietors. Finally, there are some commercial products available as well to fill a specific niche in the market. Accumulations of ocean data have existed as long as people have sailed on the water, and many of them have deep cultural roots in storytelling and traditions. One of the first Westerners to synthesize this data into a modern format is Matthew Maury, a leader in oceanography in the mid-1800s. Maury is a fascinating character if you ever want to take a deep dive into oceanographic history, but he realized that the accumulation of ship logs and data would be helpful for future mariners as they plan voyages, whether that was to stay safe and away from tropical storms or to shorten the distance of a voyage across the ocean. All of that is still valid today. The modern pilot charts are broken into monthly pages which give all kinds of great information. For example, it lists average ice extent, storm tracks, ocean currents, all helpful things to know when you're planning a voyage. One of my sailing idols from way back in the day, Bernard Mortissier, famously used the gale information tab on the pilot charts to try and play a game where he sailed only in areas that had 0% gales in a given month. One of the hazards of pilot charts is that they do rely on historic data accumulations, and mariners generally try and avoid areas of bad weather to the extent possible. So there might be less data for areas that are subject to bad weather. Another hazard is that the ocean and atmosphere are changing. For example, hurricane season in the North Atlantic is pushing its boundaries on either end, which is generally a bad thing for boaters. Finally, the charts are not regularly updated by the government. Hence, commercially equivalent products such as Cornell's Ocean Atlas, among others, that kind of fill a specific niche and have more recent data. But for both commercial navigators and recreational sailors and boaters looking to make long-distance voyages on the ocean, the pilot chart is a great tool to keep in mind. It can show you typical wind conditions and wave heights that allow you to make a better voyage plan when you're going out on the water. For example, if I was a sailor interested in going from San Diego to Honolulu, for instance, I can see that probably April is the best time to make that voyage. I've got favorable wind and favorable current. There's no reported tropical storms in that time frame of the year, and I should have a great sail downwind to Hawaii. The reverse journey would be a little bit more difficult. There's a great big high pressure system there that's going to make me sail pretty far north to get a favorable wind and current. So I need to consider the timing of that voyage very carefully. Pilot charts are a great tool to have in your chart drawer if you're looking to make a long distance voyage on the ocean. I've included a few links here to help get you started, and just remember that pilot charts are not just for aviators.